So imagine you're in a high-rise office block and you've just stepped into an elevator with the CEO of a company. You have from the first floor to the 30th floor to sell your business idea. What are you going to say? So here we will be looking at the reasons why we deliver a pitch. So expanding your network and gaining exposure, how to construct your pitch, building your confidence, perfect those presentation skills, using technology, and giving and receiving constructive feedback, and also the chance to then refine your idea. So what is the benefit of attending a Pitch Your Business event? Well, the purpose of this particular event is to help you practice your business pitch so that you can perfect it and make it seamless. However, once you start heading out into the business world, these type of events can help you further expand your network and gain exposure. Getting your new business known to the community can be a little difficult when we're starting out. So attending these events can essentially give you free coverage to help get the name of your business out there. This helps you become part of a community of other business startup owners and entrepreneurs. With most pitches, you will be given a time frame that you need to keep to, so I would suggest practicing several times beforehand to make sure that you can stay within the given time frame and that you will get all your points across. So items that you may wish to consider including in your pitch could be: who are you? What's your name? How did you come up with this idea? What is your business? What's unique about your business? Is there an interesting story connected to the business? And how will your product or service benefit the customer? Can you save your client time and money? And what is the price of your product? Are there any special offers available? So don't make your business or product sound too simple that they think they can replicate this idea and do it themselves. Get technical if you need to, because this can impact your price tag. And also, how and where can they find you or purchase from you? Contact details, links, websites, social media, etc. As they say, practice makes perfect. The more you practice pitching your business, the more comfortable you will feel and the easier it will become. It is recommended to practice several times before you make your first pitch so that it starts to feel second nature to you. You will probably find that you no longer need to use your notes and your pitch will flow smoother. To communicate a message effectively, you need to use your voice properly. The way you sound as you speak can either bring your words to life or sap them of their power. Therefore, warm up your voice beforehand. There are some simple techniques that you can use, such as lip rolls, reciting tongue teasers, humming or singing scales, or just simply sing along to the radio. Projection or articulation. Can your audience hear every word that you are saying? Are you loud enough? For example, if you tend to speak very quickly or have a strong regional accent, you might want to consider slowing this down. Do you have a tendency to mumble? If so, practice what you want to say and repeat it as clearly as you can. Practice the above warm-ups first and check in with your audience. Can they hear you and understand you? Variety of speech and inflection. So with variety, in order to keep your audience interested, your tone, pace and volume should all be varied over the course of a presentation. Most people will switch off listening to you if you have a monotonous tone. For example, today I would like to tell you about my business idea. Inflection. Now this is a change in pitch which will help you get your point across, and we often notice this at the end of a sentence. Now men tend to keep the inflection level, steady or slightly down at the end of a sentence when they are speaking, which can give a sense of strength or power. Watch any politician speaking on TV to notice this. Women, on the other hand, often go up at the end, which can instead sound a little like a question and therefore sometimes comes across as a little weak and as such gives a sense of insecurity. So, for example, today I would like to tell you about my business idea. Today I would like to tell you about my business idea. So maybe record yourself speaking first and notice what you naturally do. Do you sound confident and convincing? And remember to breathe. Deep, relaxed breathing is key when you present. Maybe just take a few moments beforehand to do some meditative breathing. Sit in a quiet, comfortable place, relax the shoulders and facial muscles, and focus on deep breathing down into your belly. Silence during a presentation can also convey confidence. It tells the audience that the speaker does not feel compelled to fill space with sound in order to justify his or her place at the front of the room. You can also use this valuable time to take a breath and relax. So using these words too often will not instill any confidence in your listener or your product. If you forget what to say, just take a moment to breathe and then start again. And while a second may feel like an eternity to you, for the audience it really is just a second. Technology can be great to use when it comes to presenting our business ideas, and it also takes the pressure away from us as the audience are focusing elsewhere. However, it can also come with some problems. So for example, do you know how to use it properly? Can you make a seamless transition from maybe using PowerPoint presentation to then demonstrating a website? Is your battery fully charged? Is the internet connection working? If you're using PowerPoint, is it easy to read? Is the font appropriate and at the correct size? Is it interesting? And are there a good use of relevant graphics? If you're going to use video conferencing to present, also remember, have you angled your camera at a pleasing angle? Looking slightly down or direct at you is much more flattering than the audience looking up your nose. And can we see your whole face, or are the audience only able to see your forehead and ceiling? And have you positioned yourself with the camera facing a window, in which case we're only going to be able to see a silhouette of you. So maybe practice these things before you present. Giving and receiving constructive feedback. Well, valuable feedback from the group will allow you to perfect your pitch ready for when you actually need to do it for real, and by which time you should feel more comfortable presenting it in the future. So some tips for giving constructive feedback. Well, this needs to be constructive. It's not intended to upset anyone or destroy their confidence. And one of the best ways to give constructive feedback is to focus on specifics. Telling someone that their work needs improvement but not giving them details on what exactly is lacking or how it might be fixed isn't helpful to anyone. For example, I think your PowerPoint presentation is poor, compared to, I wonder if it might help to have some graphics to enhance the points that you're trying to make. This comes across as less of an attack and more as a helpful point that the person may wish to consider and take on board. So remember to balance the negative with the positive. Positive comments, they build confidence and reinforce a good behaviour, and negative feedback, well, this should be factual and not personal opinion. It needs to include some suggestions for improvement. Refining your idea. So from the feedback that you receive, you may then want to consider whether you need to make any adjustments to your pitch ready for next time. Did the audience fully understand what you were offering? Did you manage to convince them that you have a great product or service? Did anyone show interest in wanting to make a purchase or refer you to a friend? And did you notice if there were a lot of questions at the end? If so, your message may not have come across that clearly. Do you need to include more information into your presentation next time? And if so, make a note of what those questions were and add them in. So above all, have fun with your presentation and interject some humour if you can. Learn to feel that excitement at telling other people about what you do, and remember that they are also there because they are interested in hearing what you have to say. So feel proud about what you do, as this will come across in your pitch. And don't forget to smile. Even if they can't necessarily see you on camera, it will impact on your tone of voice.